a keynoter at AERO conferences, and she has organized a big group of people that are attending here, which I think she'll probably tell you about, and has been involved in this field for a while and had a very important influence. Shilpa Jain.
If you can't tell, that's the big group of people I'm with. So the title of my talk today is around jamming, which is about the co-creation of beloved communities. And the way I felt I could best share with you is actually to try to give a little taste of a jam in these 15 minutes. So I'm going to start by just welcoming you. And I want to invite you, if you feel comfortable, to find a comfortable position. Take a deep breath. If you're willing, when you take a deep breath, when you let it out, you can let it out with a sigh or a sound. Maybe one more, if that feels good to you. Maybe loosen up your body. Invite your whole body in, that beautiful big body wisdom you have. One more breath. And if you'd like to close your eyes and just feel into this very brief welcome, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome all of who you are, all of who you have been, all of who you are becoming, and all of who you will be. You are welcome here. I want to welcome your hopes and your fears. I want to welcome your pain and your struggles. I want to welcome your joy and your successes. I want to welcome all the questions you are living with and that you brought with you here. I want to welcome all of our diverse gender expressions and sexualities. You are welcome here. I want to welcome all of our diverse racial backgrounds and ethnicities, all of our ancestries, all of where you feel connected. All of that is welcome here. I want to welcome all our different relationships to money and to privilege. All of that is welcome here. The places we know, the places we feel comfortable, the places we feel uncomfortable. All of you is welcome here. I want to welcome your ancestors and all the spirits that walk around you and guide you. I want to welcome the fullness of your intuition, your heart, your spirit, all of our beautiful and diverse bodies, and our brilliant and seeking minds. All of you is welcome. I want to invite you, when you feel ready, to go ahead and look around and welcome each other fully. For all the things I've named and all that I have not named, all of you is welcome. You are welcome here. Welcome to the jam. So we're going to have some more time to get up and get to know each other and see each other, because that for me is a crucial part of jamming. My name is Shilpa Jain. I serve as the executive director of YES, not the magazine, the organization. I left you all, if you want some information on the organization, on your chairs. And YES serves to connect, inspire, and collaborate with change makers around the world for thriving, just, and sustainable ways of life for all. And one of the ways that we try to do that is we jam. And the jam comes from the spirit of a musician's jam. That is to say that everybody, every single person has a value. They have something to give. And in coming together and in practicing deep listening, sharing vulnerably, honestly, and looking and seeking together, we have a chance to generate music that's never been heard before. That is the music of our spirits, the music of our hearts, and the kind of solutions we want to seek in the world. A core principle of jamming is that all the solutions that we want, they already are here. Everything exists. It exists in each one of us, and it exists in us collectively. And maybe just the missing piece is having the time to slow down enough to listen to each other, to listen to our hearts, and to listen to nature, and really share those things outward so that we can build the world we want to see. So every jam has kind of 3 core parts. It's the personal, the inner, who am I, what is my gift here to give, or my gifts, how can I sustain, how do I contribute? How do I relate to my diverse social identities? What is my personal identity? Who am I? The interpersonal is the second part. How do I relate to each other? How are we? What do we want to communicate like? Especially, how do we build bridges across race and gender and class, sexuality, nationality, religion, age, all of the different things that end up dividing us? How do we actually build bridges and heal across those things and transform our communication in order to be able to do that? And systemically, the it. What is the world we're trying to create? How do we create an inclusive world, a just world, a world that really takes into account every being and that allows for the thriving and the joy of every being? So jams have this I, we, it, personal, interpersonal, and systemic, and the interconnection among them is really crucial. The last thing I want to just offer before we get into a little bit more doing is there are a couple agreements that really make the jams work, and I want to offer them even as agreements as we move through AERO, if you'd like. One agreement is really respectful speaking, which is speaking from the I, speaking from the heart, speaking what's true for each one of us. No need to play devil's advocate or speak for some we that nobody knows, but really taking the risk to share, this is my feeling, this is where I'm at. And the other part of that is respectful listening. So really listening fully to each person and feeling them, listening to them with our eyes, with our hearts, not just what their words are, but trying to bring curiosity instead of judgment to the conversation. And a big part of what happens there is all of us entering our stretch zone. So moving beyond the comfort zone of saying just what I know and what I'm familiar with and what I've said over and over again to get into a place of what I don't know, which is uncomfortable. It's a place I don't know, it's uncomfortable, and yet I'm being able to express myself and really listen with my heart. And maybe as much as possible doing our best to at least notice when we go into our panic zone, which is that space where we stop listening, and see if we can do our best to kind of support each other and ourselves to come back into our stretch zone. So we have an education jam happening right now. For folks from the education jam, be willing to raise your hands, do a little booty shake or whatever is coming up. And the Education Jam specifically was about bringing together folks from public schools, private schools, charter schools, unschooling, homeschooling, learning co-ops, adult children, early childhood, teen work, youth mentorship, leadership at all levels, social entrepreneurship, all different kinds of ways that people are engaging with education and learning, and to see if we could start to weave together something so much more synergistic than just the little isolated bubbles that sometimes I know I feel myself in. And so I really appreciate the talks of our previous speakers really talking about weaving together and building bridges instead of persisting in silos in different ways. So with the help and the support of the Education Jammers, I thought I would invite you all to do a couple of little stretch zoning activities if you're willing. Are you willing? Yeah? Cool. The first one, I'm going to invite you to stand up. And this is an interactive little game. It's called Tournament. And are folks familiar with rock, paper, scissors? Played rock, paper, scissors? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around, and you're going to meet people one by one. Can I invite a couple jammers up just to give me show a little demo of how this works? All right, so for example, I might say, what's your name? Let's introduce ourselves first. Just your name.
I'm Heather.
I'm Shilpa. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3, rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, yeah, me. So I become Heather's cheerleader. Heather, Heather, Heather.
Hey,
and then
I'm Heather. I'm Joe.
Heather,
Nice
Heather, Heather, Heather. Paper, cover, rock. Heather, Heather, Heather. All right, so that's how we're going to move through. So this is all going to be happening simultaneously. So we're going to watch as we all come together. So turn to the person next to you. Be sure to say your name so you get to at least know the names and the faces of folks around you. Get into your rock, paper, scissors, and let's see what happens. Thank you all. So we're not going to sit down just quite yet. I just want to, where you are, do you have any couple people want to just share how you're feeling? Yeah. Awkward, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Any other feelings? Yeah.
Energized!
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah?
I feel like I'm part of a group.
Thank you. Yeah.
Happy to be moving and not just be stagnant.
Wonderful. Thank you. One more, yes.
It feels great to cheer someone on.
Yeah, yeah. So one more thing I would love to do, and this is another really essential part of the jam. I want to invite you to find a partner, somebody you don't know before, if you're willing. And I want to invite a little story share together. And so we'll have about 5 minutes, so about 2.5 minutes each. Oh, I can't do that.
About a minute or two.
Jerry, I think I started at 11, not even 11:20.
20, but
No.
15 minutes.
So yeah,
Okay,
I have a couple more minutes. So
Okay, go
I'm going to
ahead.
use my 3-4 minutes for you all, because I really do feel the wisdom is here in our community, and that's a big part of jamming, is like really dropping into the wisdom. So here's the question. Please find a partner. Here's the question. It'll be 2 minutes each. And the question is, can you share a story from your life, a real story, in which you grew in wisdom, faith, or compassion? Okay, and just since time is short, go ahead and tap your partner on their right shoulder. Go ahead and tap your partner on their right shoulder. Whoever tapped first will go first. And go ahead and drop into that story. Take a risk. See what you find out, and please listen. So first person, if you can start completing your story and give the second person a chance to share a story in which you grew in wisdom, faith, or compassion, a real story from your life. And second person, please listen.
That was fantastic.
Thank you. I'm really making sure that I have the full 20 minutes for the last person.
Well, it's supposed to be 15, but that's okay.
Well, they all went. Our first
Okay.
person went for 25.
Because we started a little late. And
I checked the time.
it's okay. We
It's
have
okay.
time. But
I just don't want to be shut down when other people. Me too. There's one more person. I'm aware. I won't shut them down.
We got to transition.
Yeah. So second partner, go ahead and start bringing your story to a close. And trusting that we have a lot of time here together to get to hear a lot more stories and make a lot more connections. If you can hear my voice, snap once. If you can hear my voice, give a little shake. If you can hear my voice, give your hands up. If you can hear my voice, give a little shimmy down. Thank you all. Go ahead and thank your partner if you haven't already. And go ahead and find your seat, or a seat. So thank you all. I'm so excited about the energy in this room and the possibilities for this conference, the amount of energy that we can generate together, that we can co-generate together, and what we can take out from here into the world. And I don't know about you all, but certainly for me in these times, of all of the challenges that each one of us is seeing and facing around so many issues. It just feels so vital to bring this vitality, this energy into the world, into our everyday lives. So my ongoing invitation for the rest of the conference and the rest, of course, life's journey is just to continue to practice these everyday moments of listening, sharing, and tapping in to create the world we want to see. So let's jam on.
Okay, Shilpa Jain.